Hey everybody, happy Friday, week 19, COVID updates. Want to talk about three things this week for the weekly updates. First, as many of you are probably tracking, most schools and school districts are offering, if not requiring, remote learning to begin the school year, 100% remote or a hybrid plan. So the schools and the districts that we are seeing doing this the best are the ones that are kind of already doing and conducting what we call like a digital audit or a remote learning audit. So literally listing out within each school, at each school level, the students, the names of the students, the families, and then contacting each of the families to understand if they have a computer, if they have internet access, and if not, what they need in order to get a computer or a laptop or internet access to successfully do remote learning. So if your school and district is not doing that, would 100% encourage that to begin because it will be too late in 3 or 4 weeks if that's not done already. So having that information, knowing how to support those families and those students with the actual hardware and the ability to connect to the internet will be really important before even the lesson planning, the materials, and the curriculum even begin. So if not, step one, do that digital or that remote learning audit to make sure all families and students in your school and your district are served. Step two, very similar to testing reentry plans and testing a few kind of aspects of reentry that we've talked about in prototyping. Begin to test lesson plans that will be implemented remotely or in distance learning. And so we connected with one school leader this week that said she took a previous lesson plan that was already created last year from a teacher in the school and just as a practice went to create and remodel that lesson plan into a digital format. So she had all the materials on paper, all the activities that you would do in a normal kind of school situation ready to go. So didn't need to do it, just need to convert all that information to a digital landscape and a digital platform. She said it took her 5 hours to go from that and to translate it into a 60-minute learning platform or a 60-minute lesson plan via a distance learning platform. So that was a big eye-opener for her and the rest of her staff because it let them know that it's not going to be an easy transition. You're not just going to scan worksheets or lesson plans to this remote learning platform and then kids will be good. It's going to take some real kind of practice and understanding to build that muscle. And so if you haven't begun to transition those lesson plans to this whatever platform you guys are using or anything else, would certainly encourage you to begin practicing. Practice with your school, practice with your PLCs, practice with everybody else because you don't want to learn. It's going to take that long as instruction is ramping up in week 1 and week 2. So get practicing now as soon as schools begin with PD. And if teachers want to start, obviously, before going back with PD, would encourage you guys to do that, to know what it's going to take and how long it's going to take. So hopefully those two updates help. And then lastly, I want to say a big thank you. So we shouted out ourselves selfishly last week, and I guess all the partners for the family empowerment video that's also focused on charter district collaboration. And it's received a lot of shares, a lot of likes on all of our social media platforms. So I think just on Facebook alone, we are surpassing 2,400 organic views, which is a lot for us. So that means a lot. And so if you haven't seen the video, it's somewhere on all of our platforms. So thank you for checking that out. Thank you for telling a friend, and thank you for sharing it. We hope those school reentry plans help around the remote learning audit, as well as the kind of practice with the lesson planning. Definitely hope you can take those moving forward to the next week. We will see you next week for updates on week 20. Hope everybody has a good weekend. Thanks. Bye.